From sightseeing to cultural events, and great food and entertainment, and fun and exploration. This is Taste of the Town.
This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back. We're in Marjorie's kitchen. This is Taste of the Town. We are going to do Cornish hens, but this time I'm going to do basically a roasted Cornish hen, Southern style cornbread dressing. I'm gonna do some sauteed spinach, and I decided I'm gonna roast some sweet potato rounds. So we're just gonna have a fun day cooking. So this is about 3.5 cups of crumbled Southern skillet style cornbread. You can email me for that recipe if you don't already have it, and I will be happy to send that to you. So it's delicious. I'm gonna add maybe about 2/3 of a cup, that's good, of the panko. And these are also seasoned as well. So we're gonna do that. So I like to just take a little butter. You can also take olive oil. So we're gonna just take, and you want to get all of this butter over it because it's gonna flavor it, and then all of the spices that we put on are gonna kind of stick to it. So I'm gonna go in the cavity as well. I'll even leave some of that butter in there. All I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my complete seasoning, and I'm just going to season and sprinkle all over both sides really, really well. Inside the cavity, a little bit of my garlic powder, just a little pepper and a little salt. Just go all over, go inside that cavity. And I always, again, I want to use a little bit of my oregano. Okay. And I'm going to put those into the pans. So these are going to go into the oven. Whew. So we'll get that started right now. And we're going to go ahead and start on the dressing. Remember, I've got 3.5 cups of crumbled cornbread. I got about 2/3 of a cup of seasoned breadcrumbs. Just kind of mix that all in there together. Now I want to heat up a skillet because those onions, celery, and also the green peppers, I want those to saute for a few minutes until they become just tender, with the onions becoming a little translucent. So I'm gonna put this on kind of a medium-high heat to begin. I've already sprayed the pan. I'm gonna just add a little bit of vegetable oil. There we go, not a lot. We'll get that going. And while I'm waiting to take this over, what I'm gonna do is with the ground sage, let's put in about, I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons. And I will probably taste it and decide if I need to have a little bit more, but I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons of that. I'll leave that off for the moment. Poultry seasoning. We're gonna do a tablespoon of that. Smells good. These are seasonings that you will typically use when you are doing turkeys and, you know, big hens. So we're gonna do, again, my badia. You know, I would just start sprinkling because I'm gonna tell you it's all about how I feel, but let's try to measure for you. So I'm gonna put 2. That wasn't quite full, that's why you see me do. Okay, so Let's say that's 2. I got a big one in my pantry, so don't worry. Garlic, I'm just gonna sprinkle. Let's say that's about, that's probably a teaspoon and a half, make it 2 teaspoons. It's 2 teaspoons, how about that, okay? So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna let's kind of stir that up good. Generally, if I'm making up dressing, guys, I'm making up a huge pan of it. I'm trying to make a smaller, you know, pan, and I'm still gonna wind up having to put some of this in the freezer, or I'm gonna, you know, I'll be calling a couple of my friends, like, you guys want, you know what? Hey, let's just go for it. I'm gonna just do the whole can. I tell you, it's just how I feel. It's like, no, I think I need the whole can, all right? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the whole can, and then I'm gonna take about a half a can right now of milk. So this can, this is a 10.5 ounce can. So if I say about a half, I'm looking at about 5 1/4 ounces. So we're gonna just put that in there. Let me put this here for a moment. Follow me. Sounds good, doesn't it? So we're gonna put all those onions, and we're gonna put the green peppers. What the heck? Let's just do the whole half a cup. And we're gonna add the celery. All right, so I'm gonna need to add now some chicken stock. The chicken, so we're gonna shake this up good. This is a cup measure, and I'm gonna put a cup here, but we're gonna just take our time and add. I can stir, I can see what it needs. Yeah, it's gonna need the rest of that. I'm going to now add my eggs. I told you 2 eggs. I need a little more sage, about another good teaspoon. I just know what it should taste like, okay? So, let's use the rest of that. So that's about not even quite half a teaspoon. I think I hit that perfectly. That is, I think that is delicious. Let's check these vegetables. And again, right before I put them in, add just a little bit of salt, because remember, it's sometimes very difficult to season up your vegetables. A little pepper. Oh, doesn't that look absolutely wonderful? Okay, so we're gonna just we're gonna add this to our dressing mixture. See, look, it's still a big bowl, but normally a bowl I would be making for family and friends would be 3 times this size, okay? So let's see how this is going to go into this skillet here. I hope you can see. Now, that is just perfect. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little paprika because it will help also make the color just a beautiful color when it is in here browning. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this over the top. There's the cornbread dressing. We're gonna get that in the oven. When I come back, you guys, I'm gonna start working on those sweet potatoes and show you what I do with that. So don't go anywhere. Be back in a minute.
This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw. This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
Okay guys, I am back. I was just checking on those Cornish hens and the dressing. Oh my goodness, they're looking wonderful, golden brown. The little crispiness is going on. So I basted them, and actually I got one of my feelings. So I went over and I grabbed a pack of my Sazón Goya, and I just sprinkled a little bit across the top. You know, again, the additional flavor and then the color, just like how that paprika did on the dressing. It just makes it look so good, and of course the taste is wonderful. Now I'm going to get these sweet potatoes ready. So basically I just have an oven pan. I'm gonna take and just butter it. I did 2, and I was thinking about the 3rd one, but you know what I do when I am peeling sweet potatoes? I just use my peeler. And I just, you know, do it this way. It's so much easier than trying to take, you know, a paring knife and do sweet potatoes. And then, as you can see, I just cut them in nice rounds. So we're looking at probably just a little less than an inch thick. So what I'm going to do initially, I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them all in the pan. We'll see how they do. So that's 2 potatoes. So this is 1 stick of butter that I melted in the microwave. This is a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We're going to put that in here. This is a 1/2 cup of white sugar. Going to put that in there. We're going to, now when I took my potatoes, I took the other half of the lemon and I just squeezed lemon juice just to kind of stop that browning that happens on the sides and everything. I just toss them. So you might want to do that. That just really works a lot. I'm going to also add a little lemon juice to this. Lemons, and there we go. And the flavorings that we're going to use just go together so well, guys. So we have some vanilla as a teaspoon, just about a teaspoon. Okay. That's the vanilla. This is lemon extract. I know I have lemon juice, so I'm gonna do about a 1/2 of a teaspoon of the lemon extract. Yeah, that should, a little teeny bit more. That. My handy dandy, always use it, my cinnamon and my nutmeg. So my cinnamon, we're gonna do a good teaspoon, a good heaping teaspoon, you guys. Oh, come on out of there. Okay, when you have to improvise, you improvise. All right, so about a teaspoon and a half. And the same thing with my nutmeg. So I got about a teaspoon of the nutmeg. And we're gonna stir all of this together. It's gonna be so good. First of all, a hint of salt. A hint of salt to kind of cut some of the sweetness, that's all. And then here we are. Just take and drizzle this cinnamon sugar mixture all over each potato. And then it's gonna become almost like candied and just awesome. I think I can probably take those Cornish hens out, and I'm gonna show you a couple other things I'm gonna do. Perfect. Can you just take a good look at this? Okay, now you see all those drippings in there? And I got my little bowl here. Just be careful. So I'm going to drain, because I'm going to use this. From there, let me check the dressing. It is, oh, you know what? Hey y'all, this dressing is ready. So the potatoes are in. If you remember, I had that chicken stock earlier. I'm gonna take and pull that out, because I'm gonna make just a little light kind of a gravy sauce to go over the Cornish hen. So here we have it. This is a 1/2 cup measure. That's perfect. I'm gonna put just a little bit more than a 1/2 cup. So maybe that made it like about 1/3 of a cup, okay? I'm gonna do that. So the drippings were, did you look at it? Probably 1/3 of a cup, maybe a little less than 1/3 of a cup. Let me get we're getting a good spoonful. So let's say this is 2 teaspoons, okay? Put this in here. You know, I just buy the bagged spinach. The great thing about it is that it's already triple washed. It makes it easy. If you have it and you're washing it yourself, make sure you dry your spinach. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just chop up my onions. I didn't even put this out in the ingredients because quite frankly, I forgot, all right? But just a little cornstarch just to kind of help thicken the gravy, but I don't want it, you know, like so much, but we're gonna, you know, add that to that. So then we're going to take, you know, one thing that's helpful, I'm gonna put just a teeny bit of water in here just to start with my cornstarch. I don't want it to really clump up. So just about 1/2 teaspoon. Just let that dissolve. See how that's dissolving? What you're gonna see as I begin to add that into that broth and that mixture, and then I'm gonna take, this is my chicken granule. So just add a little bit for flavor, not a lot, maybe a teaspoon of butter. And you want that to start boiling, and then it will slightly begin to reduce. And then I'm just gonna keep it on a low heat. When we come back, guys, I think everything's gonna be pretty much together. The spinach is only going to just take a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Let me get things together and I'll see you in a minute.
This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw. This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
Well, we are back. The food is pretty much all ready. I'm about to saute the spinach, you guys. I have already put in about a tablespoon of olive oil, and I have about a tablespoon of butter. Let's get the onions and also that garlic that you saw me taking. Now just take this spinach and just put this entire bag. Now you watch how this is going to just wilt down. If it needs a teeny bit more oil, I think this does, just put a little more oil. And I'm going to just sprinkle a little salt. Just hit it with a little. And really, this is it. This is all your spinach needs. So I'm gonna take this Cornish hen and I'm gonna put this on the plate. And I told you I was gonna kind of stuff it, so I'm gonna take some of this dressing first. Oh, look at that. See the smoke still coming out? So we're gonna take it and stuff it in just a little bit, all up into that cavity. Just take a scoop. If you have one that is a little better scoop, you can just take that. And then you're gonna wanna put that at the base, of your hen. And we'll get a little bit of everything. And we'll put the beautiful bed of spinach right here. I did go over and I took and I turned each potato over. I wanted all those potatoes to be able to have the same amount of cooking on each side. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. Let's put about 1, 2. This is Gary's plate. So I'll make it a little bit more generous. Look how beautiful that is. Let's go get that last little touch, and that is going to be this gravy. Oh, it's beautiful. Nice, hot. Oh, let me tell y'all something. Look at that. Look at that. And let's just drizzle it. All over. I think Mr. Wordlaw is going to be quite happy when he sits down to eat today, don't you? Okay, so we're going to taste it. Let's go first with the spinach, okay? Perfect. I taste the garlic. I can taste even the hint of the green onions, and they're in there, and the spinach is perfect. So you're gonna love that. Oh, let's taste these sweet potatoes. Oh, wonderful. That candiness that has developed from the butter and the brown sugar and the white sugar, and oh, it's delicious. It's almost like having a wonderful baked sweet potato that's actually still in the peel, but you're getting all that goodness, but you're getting the extra yumminess of the candy. So let's go with the stuffing, you guys. Woo! My mama sure enough taught her girl how to cook some good old cornbread dressing. That is delicious. I'm gonna get a little piece of the chicken from right in here. Y'all, all I can tell you, you gotta make it. And when you do, let me know what you think. And the only way you're gonna be able to do it, you gotta ask me for the recipe. So email me. I will send you these recipes. And until we see you the next time on Taste of the Town, get in that kitchen and start cooking.
This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.